Imagine you are an architect. Before you can build a great skyscraper, you must first see it completed in your mind. You must be able to stand in the present and talk about the future as if it has already happened. You need to describe not only the finished building but also the long years of hard work it will take to create it. English has a special set of grammatical tools for this exact purpose. They are not for talking about what will happen tomorrow, but for talking about what will be finished 10 years from now. They are the tenses you use to build your future. Welcome back to our advanced series, English Grammar Unlocked. I'm your host, Scarlett. Today, we are mastering 2 sophisticated tenses that will help you talk about your future goals like a pro, the future perfect, and the future perfect continuous. In this episode, we will turn a grammar lesson into an ambitious architectural project. First, we will join an architect, Elena, as she presents her vision for a new skyscraper, and see how she uses these tenses to describe the future. Second, we will master 10 essential vocabulary words about projects, goals, and construction. And finally, for our language focus, we will break down the specific jobs of the future perfect and the future perfect continuous, so you can build your own future sentences. Are you ready to design your future? Every great project has a completion date. How do we talk about all the things that will be finished by that future deadline? Let's listen to Elena's presentation to her client, Mr. Sterling. Part 1. The Finished Masterpiece. The Future Perfect Simple. Our story today takes place in a modern design studio. We meet our main character, Elena, a brilliant young architect. She is presenting her design for a new, futuristic skyscraper called the Horizon Tower. The year is 2025. Her ambitious goal is to complete the tower by 2030. Elena stands in front of a large digital screen showing a beautiful image of the finished tower. She speaks to her client with confidence. Mr. Sterling, thank you for coming. Our timeline is ambitious, but it is achievable. We have a clear plan for the next 5 years. For example, by the end of this year, 2025, our construction team will have completed the foundation of the building. By the middle of 2028, the main steel structure will have reached its full height of 100 stories, and by the grand opening in 2030, we will have installed all 5,000 smart windows and the rooftop garden. Let's pause the presentation. The tense Elena is using is the future perfect simple. Its structure is will have plus the past participle. For example, completed, reached, installed. The main job of this tense is to talk about an action that will be completed before a specific time in the future. The focus is on the completion or the result of the action. The future deadline is the key. For Elena, the deadlines are by the end of this year, by 2028, and by the grand opening in 2030. This tense is the perfect tool for talking about your long-term goals and milestones. It allows you to travel to a point in the future and look back at what you have successfully accomplished. Think about your own goals. By this time next year, I will have passed my English exam. In 5 years, I will have bought my own apartment. A project isn't just about the finished tasks. It's about the long, hard work it takes to get there. How do we describe the duration of our future efforts? Elena continues her presentation, and her focus now shifts from the result to the process. Part 2. The years of hard work, the future perfect continuous. Mr. Sterling is very impressed with the clear milestones. He asks, "This is a very long and complex project, Elena. How long will your team have been working on it by the time it's finished?" Elena smiles. "That's an excellent question, and it shows the dedication of my team. I started this design in 2023. So, by the time we open the doors in 2030, my team will have been working on this project for 7 years straight. In fact, next month, I will have been managing this team for 2 full years. We are very committed to this vision." Let's pause again. Elena is now using the future perfect continuous. The structure is will have been plus verbing. For example, working, managing. What is its job? Its main job is to talk about the duration of an ongoing action up until a specific point in the future. The focus is on how long. Elena is looking to the future, 2030, and looking back at the entire period of work that started in the past and will continue up to that future moment. She is emphasizing the 7-year duration of her team's effort. This tense is perfect for showing commitment and the long process behind an achievement. Think about your English journey. By the time I graduate, I will have been studying English for 10 years. This sentence emphasizes the long duration of your hard work. Now that we understand the 2 main tenses for our future vision, let's see how our architect combines them to paint a full, detailed picture of the future. Part 3. The complete vision. Putting it all together. Elena moves to the final slide of her presentation. It shows a beautiful picture of the completed Horizon Tower at night, with lights shining and people celebrating at the grand opening. She says, "So, I want you to imagine the opening day in 2030. It will be a historic moment for the city. By that evening, the tower will have become a new, iconic landmark. We will have finished all the construction and interior design, and the incredible team of engineers, designers, and construction workers will have been working tirelessly for 7 years to make this dream a reality. I predict that just 1 year after the opening, by 2031, over 1 million people will have visited the observation deck at the top. This tower will not just be a building, it will be a destination. This is the full picture. She uses the future perfect simple, will have become, will have finished, will have visited, to talk about the completed achievements, the results. And she uses the future perfect continuous, will have been working, to honor the long, continuous effort required to reach those results. Elena has built a powerful vision with her words. Now, let's become the architects of our own language and analyze the grammatical tools she used. Part 4. Language Focus. First, let's master our 10 new vocabulary words for today's lesson. Our first word is architect. An architect is a person who designs buildings. For example, Elena is the lead architect for the Horizon Tower project. Another example is, she wants to study to become an architect. Our second word is skyscraper. A skyscraper is a very tall modern building, usually in a city. For example, the Horizon Tower will be the tallest skyscraper in the city. Another example is, New York is famous for its skyscrapers. Our third word is foundation. The foundation of a building is the solid base built below the ground that supports it. For example, the construction team will have completed the foundation by the end of the year. Another example is, a strong foundation is essential for any tall building. Next, we have structure. A structure is something that has been built from different parts, like a building or a bridge. For example, the main steel structure will have reached its full height by 2028. Another example is, the bridge is an impressive structure. Our fifth word is vision. A vision is an idea or a picture in your imagination of what something could be like in the future. For example, Elena presented her vision for the new skyscraper. Another example is, the company's leader has a clear vision for the future. The sixth word is milestone. A milestone is an important event in the development of a project or a person's life. For example, finishing the foundation is the first major milestone. Another example is, graduating from university was a huge milestone for me. Our seventh word is deadline. A deadline is a time or date by which a task must be finished. For example, the deadline for the project is 2030. Another example is, I am working hard to meet the deadline. Next, we have to complete. To complete means to finish making or doing something. For example, they hope to complete the construction on time. Another example is, you must complete all the questions on the exam. Our ninth word is duration. Duration is the length of time that something continues. For example, the future perfect continuous emphasizes the duration of a future action. Another example is, what is the duration of the movie? And our final word is ambitious. Ambitious means a plan or a goal that is difficult and requires a lot of effort to achieve. For example, Building the skyscraper in 5 years is a very ambitious plan. Another example is, she is a very ambitious student. Now for our grammar focus. The future perfect and future perfect continuous. Let's make a final, clear comparison. The future perfect simple is formed with will have plus the past participle. Its job is to talk about a completed action before a specific time in the future. It focuses on the result. Example: by Friday, I will have finished the report. The future perfect continuous is formed with will have been plus verbing. Its job is to talk about the duration of an ongoing action up to a specific time in the future. It focuses on how long. Example: by Friday, I will have been working on this report all week. You have the blueprint for these advanced tenses. Now it's time for your workout. How can you practice building your own future sentences? Part 5. Practice tips for the 4 skills. For listening, listen to a business news report or a documentary about a large, long-term project, like a new scientific discovery or a new piece of technology. Listen for phrases that describe what will have happened by a future date. For speaking, use your AI tutor to talk about your own 5-year plan for your career or your studies. Use your voice. Your challenge is to use both tenses. For example, in 5 years, I will have gotten a new job. By then, I will have been learning English for 7 years. For reading, find an online article about a city's future development plans. These articles often talk about what will have been built or what the city will have achieved by a future date, like 2040. And for writing, this is a wonderful exercise for your journal. Write a short letter to your future self. 10 years from now, what do you hope you will have accomplished? What will you have been doing for a long time? Tell your future self about your dreams. Part 6. Your next action. Today, we have learned some truly advanced and inspiring grammar. These tenses are more than just rules. They are the language of dreams, ambitions, and long-term goals. You now have the tool to not only talk about your immediate plans, but to describe in detail your long-term vision and the person you are working to become. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson today. First, we followed the story of Elena the architect and learned the key difference between the future perfect simple, which focuses on the result at a future time, and the future perfect continuous, which focuses on the duration up to a future time. We also learned 10 essential vocabulary words for this topic. As a review, those words were architect, skyscraper, foundation, structure, vision, milestone, deadline, to complete, duration, and ambitious. Now, I have a final question for you. Let's look into the future. What is one important goal you will have accomplished by this time next year? Share your future goal with us in the comments section below. If you are committed to making this mindset a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know is a big dreamer. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell so you don't miss our next workout. Remember, the future is something you build, one sentence at a time. Until next time, take care and happy learning.